Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Greater Boston League Boys Soccer. Lynn English taking on Revere. English comes in trying to get close to 500. They're 4-6-1. Revere's trying to stay over 500. They're 5-4-2. Christian Mancia in net for Revere. Jack Mancanello for English. And we're underway. Revere in the white, English in their maroon. And I'm looking at Revere, all just about impossible to pick up their numbers. They have the lightest blue you could ever imagine on their backs. And I'm looking at people who are standing right in front of me, and it's almost impossible to pick up their number. In fact, it is impossible. This is English along with classical. Jumped over to the Great Boston League. Revere did as well. Revere used to be, for many years, was in the Greater Boston League. They jumped over to the Northeastern Conference, and then it was the entire Greater Boston League. Medford, Malden, Somerville, Everett, all coming over, with the exception of football. Everett, everybody played all the sports in the Northeastern Conference. And that was, I believe, 1 year. Might have been two, but I think it was one. And then they voted Everett back in the football in the Northeastern Conference. And when they did that, very shortly after that, they voted the entire TBL out of the Northeastern Conference. Revere stayed in, and then Revere decided just before English and Classical that they were going to go back. Revere breaks it up, gets by, pushing it down, pushing it ahead. Can't get the shot off. Nice defense. Abdel Rahman made a nice defensive play. English taking it back. They knock it deep. Revere is there, the center fielder for Revere, knocking it away. English trying to walk around. Lost it as he was trying to go by a couple of defenders. And they push it back upfield. It gets backed up. It gets backed up even more. English got a head on it, but Revere knocks it deep. And Revere, hustling, gets there. English takes it away. And Revere goes down. And I think that's going to give him a free kick. He's going to come right at the 15-yard line for a bit of a angle from the far side. Move that English picket fence back a little, just about a foot. They look like they're going to, they do that. Two guys line up. One guy goes through, fakes the kick, trying to get a reaction, and the second guy kicks it. This time they had the first guy left-footed, drill it high over the net and out of play. Eagles had a tough time. They've had some injuries. They have some new players. They lost a lot of seniors from last year's team. A great year last year. Now they're trying to salvage the season at 4-6-1. Coming from the far side. They get it up, and it goes very far. English will track it down. Revere will take it away. And he booted upfield. It skips past. It went right by Romero. But they have to pull it back out. And now Revere back at it. Trying to get to that far side, looking to center it. And they carried it beyond the end line. English knocked it out. Revere will get a corner kick coming from the far side. These two teams have been hanging around for a while. First game started 45 minutes late. Deflected. It's loose. Mancanello couldn't pick it up. Luckily, English player kicked it away. It was laying right in front of the net. Upfield, English to the near side. Nice little poke check by Lopez. Medford keeps it in play. They take the shot, headed away by English. And the English player went down. And the Revere player went down. I don't know if they banged heads. They collided almost in midair. The ball was coming to the net. The English player went up and got a head on it and knocked it away. And they came together and they both went down hard and they're both down. Both players are up, so that's a good sign. Hopefully they'll be okay. They give it back to Mancanello to boot away. And he just gives it to his defender, who gives it back to Mancanello. And he boots it upfield. And we got Revere running in to Lopez. Lopez was getting set to kick it away, and Mancanello says, I'll do that. Lopez hustling, just got a piece. And to correct myself, it was Romero, not Lopez. English with the throw in. Bouncing around. Revere controlling for the moment, not they kick it to the far side. They kick it all the way back to the Revere end. Trying to get something started. To the near side. Pushing it up. And they call him offside. Mancanello boots it away. High hop, English. Trying to throw it in front. They got it out there, but it went right by everybody. And it's going to go out of play. I guess they're saying that it was tipped by Revere because they got the kick coming. And it went right through the fingertips of Mancia. And out of play, and English would do it again from the far corner. They knock it away. English collects, bodies go down. Revere took it away. English from long range got it over the head of Mancia, but it went well over his head. That went over the top crossbar. A bullet from the far side, didn't miss by much. Just over the top crossbar. Just picks it off, knocks it back. Revere knocks it back the other way. They collect down the near side. Broken up nicely and knocked out by Romero. Waiting for a substitution. Trying to knock it to the net. Revere got a head on it. It's going to go out of play. I still don't know why we don't have more people going down and concussions. And that ball is not a pillow. That's a hard soccer ball. And you go up and get your head on it. I don't know how you don't wind up with a whole lot of concussions. And a whole lot of headaches, if nothing else. English almost gave it away. They tip it back to Mancanello. And he pops it up. Romero pushes it ahead. Just got kept in by Barons. Bodies go down. They're going to get Flores. For taking Donovan Barron's down. Mancanello will get the kick. Just the English side of midfield. Now they put it on the other side of midfield. And he'll kick it away. And he boots it high and deep right in the front of the net. Revere has to clear it away. Lopez to the near side, centering it by everybody. Revere picks it off. English couldn't collect. Revere coming back. They push it down the near side. Romero with a great slide. Just slid and knocked it away. I think he was going into third base. They throw it deep, looking for Flores. He pops it in the air. It's going to go over the net. Out of play. Bounce on top of the net. One out of play. Knocked away from Lopez. Romero knocks it deep, headed away. Coming down the far side. Looking to walk in. Broken up from behind. English takes it away. And Revere takes it away. Romero got a foot on it and knocked it out of play. Down that far side, trying to get loose. And I think it was English that knocked it out. I think Revere's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. Mancanello had to make a save. It laid out in front, and English had to kick it away. It bounced off a body. Mancanello tried to get it. He bobbled it. It was wide open for Revere to knock it in. Mancanello makes the save right at the near post. I think that was Rugman Johan Pena who got to that ball and put it away before it went in. Or before Revere could get their foot on it. They knock it deep. Revere trying to track it down. It's going to go out. Off Revere. Canelo blasted out near midfield. Have to go back. That great defensive player in front might have been Gabriel Gomez who made that play out in front. They're taking it away. English finally tipped it by. Romero to the middle. Corleone collecting. He threw it behind the English player out of play. So I bounce the spread. Credit around. I'll give it to Gabriel Gomez. Down the near side. That's Contreras. Halfway through and counting this first half, no score. English and Revere boys Greater Boston League Soccer. They just kept it in. They said they didn't keep it in. So going back to that play that was loose out in front and the defense cleared away before Revere could get a foot on it, that's the closest anybody has come so far. And Gomez and Ruben Johan Pena were both there, so I'll give them both credit. Romero will take the throw in. Popped up. Revere knocks it away. And he boot it to the near side, and they collect it. Knocking it down the near side further. Trying to center it. English got a piece of it, knocked it away. And it goes out. Revere will get the throw in. So we got a couple of substitutions first. They push it all the way back deep. Oh, they go to the other side. All the way back. Now they look to start it over again. Lopez pushes it up. And the pass goes behind him. Out of play. And he'll give it to Romero to put in play. We'll have a substitution first. Hey, get it back to Mancanello. And he boots it to the far side. And tipped away, but right to Revere. It gets tipped away. And English gets taken down. The player went over and nice friendly gesture, slapping hands, saying sorry, pal. It was an inadvertent little clip. English puts it in play. Trying to go to the middle. This play got knocked down. They let it go. Trying to take it to the middle to get a shot, and he got bumped on the play. Now, Revere hustling. And a nice takeaway. They just leaned enough. And that was Ruben Johan Pena. Just leaned enough on the Revere attacker to keep him away and take it away. Clear the ball away. And now Mancanello will get another kick. Just inside the 50-yard line. Gets it up. English got a head on it. Knocked it down. Revere will clear it away. And Revere will kick it out. Everybody trying to get control over that far side, right in front of the Revere bench. Revere had it, lost it out of play. Glasgow will throw it back in. And we'll get a sub for English. Goes out off English. We got a whistle. And they didn't do it properly, the throw-in. I still don't know what the proper throw-in is. But English is going to get the throw-in down deep. Oh, it has to be over the head. Both feet have to be on the ground. They drill it. They let it go all the way through to Mancia. And he boots it away, and Revere carries it away. Looking to go deep. They just stretched and saved that. That would have gone out of play. They go back to the middle. Getting around. Still with it. Takes the shot. And they knock it home. He made a couple of shifts. He went down just outside the 20-yard line and drilled it. And with just under 12 minutes left, Revere grabs a 1-0 lead. Just high enough over Mancanello's head, right under the top crossbar in the far corner. A very pretty shot. And I'm still trying to get his number. If he comes to the side, maybe we can find it. They push it ahead, walking in. The shot goes wide, hit the post, and it's cleared away by the defense. Mancanello goes high in the air and grabs that one. He'll kick it away. Revere right back at it. I told you these numbers were very, very difficult to read. I thought I was reading the number as 10. The other guys in the press box thought it was 8, Alex Diaz. I thought it was 10, David Pava. Shot over the net and out of play. Here comes Revere again. The English will knock it away. Revere trying to walk in. Yeah, they knock it very deep. And English is going to get called for a takedown, a little two-hand push from behind. And Mancia will kick it away. Out in front, English got a head on it and knocked it away. I think it was Flores sitting right on the doorstep, looking to knock it home. Revere has been all over English, keeping it in the English end of the field for most of this first half. And we'll end up with Revere getting the goal. So I guess they're going to give it to Alex Diaz. And they pick it off and bring it right back in the English end. Blocked and taken away. English looking for a break. Pass a little bit behind, couldn't collect. And Revere knocks it deep again. Headed away by Gomez. Mancanillo will get to kick it away. Yeah, he boots it to the far side. Off a player. And then deflected away. Revere takes it away down the far side. Looking to send it out in front. Knocked it behind the net and out of play. Revere hustles and knocks it away. English just can't get anything going offensively. The few times they've had it in the Revere end, Revere takes it away and gets it back to the English end very quickly. Now they give it back to Mencia. 5 minutes and counting left in this first half. Both teams could use the win. Revere trying to stay over 500 with their sixth win. English trying to get within a game of 500. They knock it deep. It skips right past. They try to get ahead on it. They missed it. English will knock it out of play. They've stopped the clock with that 5 minutes left. Usually that only happens at the end of the game. Revere is going to get a corner kick from the far side. Mancanello punched it out. He went way up in the air. And Revere has it knocked out. And it went out off Ferrara. Just kicks it ahead, and Revere will pick off the pass. And a nice little shift as they get around the defense. They knock it deep. Mancanello will come out and play it on a hop. Time winding down in this first half. Revere leading English 1-0 as it winds up all the way back in the Revere end. He'll give it back to Mencia. How they carry it up. They get it in the middle. English breaks it up. And they bang it out off Ferrara. Can't be a lot of time left in this first half. He skipped past, and he couldn't keep it in. They're calling it, I guess they're calling it English for contact because they're going to get a free kick. I thought they're calling it out of play. Bouncing around, looking to get a shot, deflected away. Couldn't get the shot off. They throw it out in front, and English will clear it away. And it goes out of play. They blow the whistle, and that'll do it for the first half. So that shot from just outside the 15-yard line, they're giving it to Alex Diaz. I mentioned it's almost impossible to pick up the Revere numbers, but he knocked it in, and that's where we are at halftime. Revere 1, Lynn English, nothing. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half on what's going to be a very long night, especially the third game. Medford, the first game, wound up 45 minutes late. It's just after 7 o'clock, and that's when the third game was supposed to start, and we're only starting the second half of the second game. English got some catching up to do. They trail 1-0. And they moved the ball fairly well, but they just haven't come close to getting anything to the net. And we got an inadvertent trip. They took Corleone down. Jalen Corleone. The inadvertent trip, he'll get the free kick from the 25-yard line. Coming from a little bit of an angle. Drills it to the net, put it right on the money, just inside the near post. And that's the first real save that Mancilla has had to make in this game as he boots it away. Good bid by Corleone. Slipped past everybody. English trying to knock it deep. And Revere clears it away, and they knock it out. Lopez was going to put it in play, then he gave it to Corleone. Corleone down the near side. Still with it, trying to center it. Revere got a piece of it, knocked it away, and knocked it deep. Corleone a little bit behind his back, taking it down, trying to get around, couldn't slip by the defense. I think Corleone, he bought it with the official. He lost it, they took it away, and he looked at the official and said, "They grabbed me." And the official said, "You know what, we'll give you the kick." So English is going to get a free kick just inside the 5 from a difficult angle. They drill it high and wide. It gets headed back out in front. Revere clears it away. They put it right out in front after it went by with a header, but Revere was the only one there to clear it away. Revere collects. They knock it to the far side. Down deep. Walking around, they take the shot high, wide, and beyond the net and out of play. Nice little spin around to get that shot off. I think that was Flores. And Canelo boots it away. Headed back by Revere. Trying to get around. Avoid the bump. Still walking in. Out in front. The defense picks it off and knocks it out. And they didn't want to knock it there. They want to knock it out, but they knocked it behind the net, so it'll be a corner kick for Revere. I think that was Rodman, Johan, Pena. Again with the nice defensive play. He's made a couple. Kick a little long, headed away by English. It goes out. Revere will get the throw in. They tried to. They were looking to get it to the net from long range. It got blocked by English. Went out. Revere will get the kick. They blew the whistle. Revere was offside. Mancanello boots it away. Skips loose. He's got. Luckily, he held his ground, didn't go down. He would have fallen right into the track and maybe out of play into that wall. Joe Victor Cana looked like he was going to lose his balance, go down, and maybe slid all the way across the track, but he was able to hold his balance and stay upright. Mancanello boots it way up to the net. It's loose. And it went in off English. Everybody trying to get a piece of it. Nobody could. And it wound up going off a body into the net. That long kick by Mancanello put English in a perfect spot. And I wish I could tell you who knocked it in, but I don't have a number one. And it wasn't one, it was number 11. Raymond Andre Ferrara. The way his shirt was, it looked like it was number 1, but it's number 11. Revere walking in, they throw it across, but they threw it high, wide. There was nobody out in front. I didn't think English got a piece of it. Revere looked like they were going over to take a throw-in, but it'll be English throwing it in. And they knock it home. They threw it in. He got loose. Mancanello came in to try and hold the post. And we come in to try and hold the post. They knocked it in to the far side. And very quickly, Revere gets their 1-goal lead back. So that momentum for the Dogs is taken away. So once again, English has to play catch-up. That momentum they had didn't last very long. Here trying to get around. Bodies go down. No call on the takedown I didn't see. Somebody should have been called for something. Couldn't get a lot on the centering pass. English picked it off. And they gave it away. Headed away. And Revere knocks it very deep. Mancanello will go get it. And he'll kick it away. So English was celebrating that great kick by Mancanello that went in off Ferrara. And then bang. Revere walks in, gets the kick, and puts it home. They take the shot out in front. It got deflected wide off an English player. English almost tipped that one in. That almost went in off Gomez. Mancanello was going to his right to go get it. And Gomez got a piece of it and just tipped it wide. Knocked away. And English knocks it deep. Nice little shift. Ferrara gets it back. And Revere picks it off. Down the near side. They knock it up. Revere got a piece of it, but deflected it to the far side. Walking in, looking to take the shot. Can't get it. Take the shot now, and they knocked it up over the net and out of play. With a substitution, Mancanello will kick it away. Mancini will kick it away. English kicks it out in front. Mancini. Mancanello had to kick it away. It was a white shirt bearing down on him. Now they try to throw it across. Mancanello makes the diving save, and he'll kick it away. High, booming kick, way past midfield. Revere knocks it back. Looking to knock it deep. It skips past. They just save it. And now English takes it away. And got knocked out. Lopez knocked it out for Revere. Broken up again. English picks it off. Coriolan can't get by the defense. They knock it out. And we got English player down. And they'll have to come out and tend to him. English throws it in. We're back. Hopefully the young man's going to be okay. Seemed to be. Throw it out in front, a little too far. So Revere got that goal in the first half. late. Eagles look like they got the momentum back with the tying goal, and if it was a minute, it was a long time. Revere very quickly got the goal and their one goal lead back. So it's 2-1 now here in this second half of this GBL matchup. Shot, long range, slices off to the right, out of play. They missed the header. And Revere was trying to let it go out. Then it wasn't going to go, so they had to save it. And they kick it back. I think they did this before when they were here. It was Mancia the first half, and it was Norina the second half. I think it's Norina that's in there now. In net for Revere. They get it to the near side. They boot it up. Revere saved it. Eagles are trying to let it go out. And now it goes out off Revere. He's trying to come back. Tip it too far ahead. And Revere tried to keep it in but couldn't. So Eagles will get the throw in down deep. Hey, kick it back deep. Trying to come down that far side. And it's booted out by Revere. So it's going to come a little deeper. Revere with a break, pushing it ahead. Defense gets there and breaks it up. They have to take the shot. Mancanello with the easy save. Got a good look at that coming from a distance. Was trying to knock it deep. Revere got a piece and knocked it out. Hold the line, put it in play. Revere takes it away, bring it back the other way. Just knocked it out. Throw-in will come in down deep. Greater Boston League boys soccer action. It's been a while since English boys have been home. This being Tuesday, I think they're right back here Thursday. Loose. They take it away. Trying to get the shot off. Can't. Again, trying to center it. Revere gets it. Bumped off the play. They'll track it down. And we're going to whistle for a player down way behind the play. And I'll have to come out, check on him. He's down flat. For a game that's supposed to be a non-contact sport, there's a lot of people going down and being hurt. Crawley alone trying to keep it alive. They kick it across, headed away by Revere. Got a whistle for something. Now they're just going to throw it to the side. They gave the goal to number 7 for Revere, and I don't have a number 7. I'll have to try and find out who he is. And it goes out off Revere. Revere breaks it up. And get it to the middle, moving it upfield. They knock it to the far side. Trying to walk in, they throw it out in front. Nobody there but English. Now it gets cleared away. English boots it upfield, Crawley along. Gets it back. Looking to knock it deep to the far side. English collects. And Revere knocks it away. And near side to Lopez, headed away by Revere. Coriolan trying to get loose. Tips it ahead, broken up. Coriolan gets it back. Popped up. And looking to knock it deep. Revere's going to wind up with a free kick. Right at the 20-yard line from a tough angle. And he let the first guy kick it. He kicked it dead center of the net, but about 10 or 15 feet over the net and out of play. David Marquez got credit for that goal, and walking right in for English was Contreras, but the last minute, Revere just got a piece before he could get the shot off. So Marquez got the second goal. 15 minutes and counting left in this one. We mentioned Revere trying to go a little further over 500. They're 5-4-3. English trying to get a little closer to 500. 4-6-1. You have to be at least 500 to get into play in the tournament. The top 32 will play, and then anything under 32, as long as you're 500, will play off to get into the 32. It's only 16 in each division for football. Some of those teams will be playing very incidental football leading up to Thanksgiving, if they choose to play. But this is a whole different ball of wax for the state tournament. Now, teams could be playing teams from all over the state. They could be going to Sturbridge or North Dartmouth or Cape Cod or New Hampshire border. Out in Western Mass, they could be going anywhere to play teams. Because now it used to be north, south, east, and west, and you'd play off and then finally meet in the Super Bowl. Now it's all one. The final two teams will go to the Super Bowl. So a team like St. Mary's, if they stay undefeated, they could probably play at home, which would be a plus. Otherwise, they could travel almost anywhere to play anybody in their division. And the same thing will hold for soccer. It will be, each division will be scattered throughout the state. And Canelo will have to come out and grab it. And he'll kick it away. High, booming kick right to midfield. Revere actually knocked it back in their own end. Popped up by the Bulldogs. Corleone couldn't get around the defense. They took it away. And now they pushed it too far. Gomez picked it off. English walking in. The kick got blocked. Out of play. English will get a corner kick. Loose out in front, Revere will boot it away. They collect, they walk around, they got 2-on-1 for the moment. They pushed it too far ahead. They had 2-on-1. If he made the pass, if he just pushed it up, Revere would have walked in alone. But he tried to get around one more time. And when he pushed it to get around the defender, he pushed it too far. English was able to kick it away. Good defense by Kino Lopez. Trying to walk in, the shot got blocked. Nice defense there, taking it away. And Revere gets it back. Picked off by the Bulldogs. Hooks to the near side. Little shift, trying to get it in front. Blocked away nicely by Pena. Can't get the shot off. English. They knock it out. Mancanello will kick it away. And it gets hooked off to the left and out of play. They knock it deep. They spin around. Mancanello will get there first and grab it. They just able to screen off. Lopez just screened the Revere player off. And Mancanello was able to come out and grab it. No, they took Albino Lopez down. And a free kick coming up. They get it to the net, skips by everybody, and they got a piece on it. It got deflected wide. Bodies go down. Mancanello was down in the net. And we got a whistle. That went by. It skipped past everybody. Mancanello's getting up, thank God. Trying to walk it off. And it was by the far post, and they had a chance to just tip it in the open net, and they tipped it wide. Mancanello walking off, walking around. And he'll kick it away. Just over 7 minutes left in this one. English has got to get a little hop in their step. They need at least a goal to get back in this. And we get wrestling and poking and shoving. English will get the free kick. Mancanello will take it. Looking to get it to the net. He boots it deep right to the net. Coming out is Norina. Go up high and grab it and hold on. Perfect kick by Mancanello. Nobody could get a piece of it before Norina went up and grabbed it. And he boots it away. English missed it. And now Revere took English down. Revere stopped like he took him down. That's good. English going to get a free kick. But then all of a sudden he picked it up because they didn't call it. They let that go. Mancanello will kick it away. English has to get a little bit hop in his step. The clock is now the enemy. They knock it deep. Revere was way offside. Mancanello will get to kick it away. And with 5 minutes left, they'll blow the whistle. We'll get a timeout down in the field. We're in the final 5 minutes. Mancanello will get to kick it away. Revere got a piece of it, knocked it out. Coriolan looking to put it in play. Revere heads it away. And he pops it up to the middle. Revere will head it away again. Lopez knocks it up. They knocked it right across. They were down deep at a tough angle. They had a shot. They were looking for the far post, and they kicked it right by. And they're shaking their head saying, how did I do that? That was Coriolan. Golden opportunity for English to tie it up. A pretty good little crowd here for this game that's filtered in. Nice to see. It was a beautiful day. And it's not a bad night either. But it was a gorgeous day in the 70s, nice and warm, comfortable. Blocked and knocked out. And English trying to go quickly. Mancanello kicks it upfield. English has got to hurry. They almost tied it. They can't be doing this. They give it back to Mancanello. He just boots it deep. It bounces by. Headed. English trying to get the shot. Wide. Off the foot of Contreras. We get a substitution for Revere. The Patriots leading it 2-1. It was the first half. Alex Diaz, about just inside the 20-yard line, ripped a shot that just went over the fingertips of Mancanello under the top crossbar. He came out to the near side because that's where the shot was coming from, and it just sailed under the top crossbar inside the far post. It was 1-0. And then Mancanello had a free kick. He drilled it to the net, and Victor Kana got a body on it when it was bouncing around, and it went in the net. That tied it at 1. And it wasn't very much later. Very quickly, Revere got that 1-goal lead back with David Marquez knocking it home. And that's where we are with time winding down. 2-1 Revere. And Norina will fall on it, lay on it, take his time kicking it away. With the clock winding down, he boots it very deep. And it bounces all the way back in the English end, back to the 20-yard line. That was a boot and a half. English, they have to get it down quickly, and Revere just knocking it away. Out. Revere will get the throw in. Skips past. English trying to gain control. Can't. Revere gets it. Knocks it deep. And they got it where they want it in the English end. Just trying to run the clock out. They almost lost it. English knocked it out. They blow the whistle, and that'll do it. So Revere is going to pick up their sixth win. They'll go a little over 500 now, 6-4-3. English will drop to 4-7-1, and that the first goal by Diaz made it 1-0. But then the very pretty free kick by Mancanello, and having it off the body of Ferrara, tied it at 1. But very quickly after that, it was David Marquez from the far side. Mancanello went out to get it. He knocked it by him into what would be the near post on your TV, and the far post from where we were shooting it from, and it went into the back of the net, made it 2-1, and Revere made it stand up, and that was the final score. Revere 2, Lynn English 1. The deciding goal, David Marquez, late in the second half. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.